How's it going, friends? BB here, welcome back to my channel. Today we're in Oz's roommate's account, pulling for the Orc's Path. Once again, a super expensive event. We see that he's already started the path down Krokod's Perfect Soul. We don't know if we're getting Packmaster, but we are instructed today to pull 11 Sacred Shards and 30 Ancient Shards. We don't seem to care much about the progresses because we've put Fina and Mausoleum Mage on there, but Oz's roommate already has a Fina. In fact, his account is stacked. So today's pulling is purely for maths. Oh my god, you do have Packmaster. That's why you're probably not going after Packmaster. When did you get Packmaster? Did you pull him? Okay, so Oz's roommate has a Packmaster, and we're just going for the soul. Fair enough. Let's get him that soul. And if we hit something good in the meantime, well, that's just these lucky fingers. That's just a bonus. We're not expecting anything, probably. So I'm just gonna go through them. There's not big stakes here. And I'm gonna start ripping Ancient Shards. Don't forget to use my promo link to get yourself a free Legendary Raphma tab, as well as the epics Takeover, Ugo, and Lady Quillen as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. And that is all you have to do to get your free Legendary Raphma tab, as well as to Takeover, Ugo, and Lady Quillen as you level up in progress. So don't miss out and click on my link right now. We have to hit 30 of these and then we can move on to the juice. Ruella. Ruella is amazing for Spider. I've seen really cool compositions with her. Because she has a triple hitter, decrease defense, weaken, decrease speed. She has a solid turn meter fill here on her A3. On its 20% fill. And a 30% increased crit rate buff on everyone for 2 turns. Her A1 steals 5% of the target's turn meter on an 80% chance. It is a triple hitter, so you have 3 separate chances of stealing 5% of the target's turn meter, making it a whole 15. If you crit every single time. I've seen Ruella paired with 2 Cold Hearts. You need that decreased defense in the weekend so that Cold Heart can do her big smack on her A3. And in combination, maybe with someone who can decrease the cooldowns of Cold Heart's skill so they can go again, and you have yourself a speedrun team. And we have a cute little Lordly Legionary here, and we're gonna move on and pull another 10. Give it to me. Nothing but blues. Nothing but blues. Nothing but blues. Nothing but blues. Let's pull them one more time. And maybe, finally, we can move on to the big juice. Royal Guard. Nice, we're getting a lot of epics here, interestingly enough. We have Vala, who's also a really good defense tank champion. She comes with a shield for 3 turns, a long shield. Equal to 20% of her max HP, but the shield unfortunately is only on herself. She also places a strong increased defense on herself for 3 turns and fills her turn meter by 50% on a 3-turn cooldown, guys. You are always covered by a shield and an increased defense. You can bring her in Scarab King. She's never gonna be a concern down there. She decreases the damage received by 15% while under a shield, but only on herself. AoE with a chance of placing a strong decreased defense on everyone for 2 turns. When you ascend her before attacking, she's gonna remove all shield buffs on all enemies. AoE decreased defense is amazing, but it has a very small percent chance of landing. It's a 50-50 when you book it out, but it's otherwise wonderful. And a double hitter on her A1 increases the inflicted damage by 15% if she attacks under a shield. I'm telling ya, Vala can smack, and she's tanky. Royal Guard is also another really good champion. His damage increases according to enemy max HP here on his A2 on an AoE. Though it is an AoE, this is a boss killer skill. Quadruple hitter at random. Each hit has a chance of placing a strong decreased speed for 2 turns and a chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 25%. Each hit, if it lands all 4 times, that is an insane turn meter decreaser. Almost a full turn meter decreaser, but at least 50% should land almost at all times. And a strong decreased defense on a single hitter on his A1. Steel Skull has a cool cleanse here on his A2. He has a full debuff cleanse and a 40% heal. It's a lot. On a 3-turn cooldown, it also comes quite quickly. But he's by far not the best Skinwalker support champion. Shatterbones! Shatterbones! I hardly know her! He also comes with a really interesting decrease of the turn meter here on his A1. He's gonna AoE 3 times. And then has a 50, well, actually, it's a 75% chance when you book it to decrease the turn meter by 30%. It's quite hefty. And has a turn meter fill of all allies by 25%. But this skill is so slow, I don't even want to shout it out. That is 30 ancient shards. And now we can move on to 11 sacred shards. And see if maybe in the meantime we hit something. 10. We have to remember we started at 27. We're gonna stop at 17. No, 16. Fenchi. Triple hitter, and each hit has a chance of decreasing the turn meter of the target by 15%. You can book that to a 2-turn cooldown. That can be quick. But I think that's... Oh, and the triple hitter decrease speed. Double hitter poison will ignore 10% of the target's defense for each poison debuff on the target. You could take Fenchi up to Fire Knight. That's a Fire Knight champion. But I think that's maybe where he specializes. Maybe you could use him in Clan Boss for these poisons here, but the turn meter things are not gonna work. The decreased speed is also pretty nice. But I think that there's better champions for Clan Boss. And this is... Fenchi's gonna take up a whole spot for, like, just 2 things. Now we have 10 shards to pull from here. Okay. Maybe we hit a Mausoleum Mage, and what are you gonna do with them? Chuck them in your Faction Guardian slot? Sanguinia is kind of whatever. Let's keep pulling. That's a lot of points also that we're making. I want to see. Per Sacred, we're making 4,500 points. Ooh, that really is bad news for whoever pulled on the 1+1 and bombed out all their shards. Horden. Horden comes with a lot of buffs on his A3. On a 5-turn cooldown, he places an increased attack, strong one, strong increased crit rate, strong increased speed, but only on himself, and then he's gonna get an extra turn. He also gets an extra turn here on his A1 if his attack kills the enemy. Strong decrease attack on a single enemy with the heal by 10% of the damage he inflicted. And he's gonna increase your ally speed in Faction Crypt by 20. Well, the only place I can think about using Horden is Faction Wars. And there's a lot of good Banner Lords. And moving on. How have you guys been feeling today? I'm having a slow day. Kellen the Shrike. I personally really enjoy Kellen. He comes with the Veil and a couple of multi-hitters. On his A1, he places a weaken. Chance of placing a weaken. A2 is a double hitter. The first hit has a chance of decreasing the turn meter by 50%, and the second hit has a chance of placing a strong decreased speed, and then he's gonna place a perfect veil on himself. Here on his A3, he attacks all enemies. Damage increases by 5% for each debuff on the target, so bring your debuffers. And on his passive, he ignores shield when attacking under this perfect veil that he places here on his A2. The decrease of the turn meter here is insane. 50% is a lot. We can decrease speed, and a little veil, and an AoE, with the damage increasing by debuffs. Fire Knight, right? Even Faction Wars. For the decreased speed and the weaken, I'd say you can even put him in your Iron Twins team. Okay, Kellen is cute. Gay Legolas, by the way. Moving on. Show me what you got. Okay. Who? Ah, Karam. Looks like a demon spawn, is an undead. He instantly activates all poisons on the target, and he brings the poison, but it's a 50-50 of him placing it. It's at 5% when you ascend it. It's for 2 turns, and it's on a single enemy. His damage increases on his A2. If this champion has more than 50% HP, it increases by a whole 50%. And it has a little additional chance of inflicting a crit. Let's move on. Whee! What do we get? Oh, wow. That is a gall cut. Whenever I see bones on champions overstimulate me. It's so much to look at. And it's very unnerving that it's outside of your body. Obviously armor, but it's just very unsettling. He's a bomber. AoE bomber. Attacks all enemies one by one in random order. Damage inflicted decreases by 25% after each hit. That's like a reverse Thor. Quite literally the opposite. We're down to 20. We have 4 more to pull. But we're making big points here. Big juice. Bergothamal form. The cool thing about him, I guess, is the passive healing here. He heals everyone except himself by 20% of the damage he receives. Oh, AoE provoke! Never mind. He has another utility too. I completely forgot about that. That makes him a little bit above mid. Because his damage is also based on HP. He's an HP champion. And that AoE provoke, what I've heard, does come in clutch in hard faction wars. If he crits, he plays a continuous heal, and that's on his A1. But as a chance, it's a 50-50 of him placing it on himself. So this non-healing here gets balanced off by the continuous heal. He's not that bad, actually. I remember him more mid, but he's not that bad. And none of these champions concern Oz's roommate. Oh my god, maybe this one does. Oh, what the hell? That's Karen the Harvester? Didn't we pull a Karen the Harvester for you a couple of short pulls ago? Was it you? Wait, let me get excited. He's not the best support and legendary out there.
What did you say?
But I really love his champion design. The staff with the bees. I know that the last time we pulled you, Candrafon? I don't think you have Karen the Harvester. This is a new champion on your account, I'm assuming. I really hope. I didn't expect this to actually hit gold. There was someone else. I've pulled him within the span of these 3 weeks. I pulled him again. So, okay, here's what Karen does. His A1 is an AoE. With the chance of placing a strong decrease speed, he also steals 5% of each enemy's turn meter and 10% of each enemy's turn meter if they are under decreased speed. That one here, if that landed, chuck him with accuracy. And he's gonna be stealing so much of the turn meter. If you're bringing it, let's say, against 4 champions, say an arena, that can be a 40% turn meter steal if everyone is under a decreased speed. Juicy stuff. The more enemies you're tackling with Karen, the better. On his A2, he puts all of the target skills, on cooldown, and also has a 75, once you book it out, 100% chance of decreasing the turn meters of all enemies under a sleep by 15%. And if they don't have a sleep, he has a chance of decreasing the turn meter by 30%. More if they're not sleeping. This sleep he brings here on his A3, on a 4-turn cooldown, on an AoE, on a 100% chance when you book it, ignoring all block debuffs buffs. Even through the block debuffs, he'll be able to put everyone to sleep, and then he's gonna get an extra turn. On his passive, the passive effect grants that whenever an enemy attempts to increase their turn meter, decreases the value of that turn meter fill effect by 25%. If there are multiple champions on the team with the skill, only one will activate. The active effect that is on a 1-turn cooldown, whenever a sleep debuff is removed, expires on a target, instantly activates the Trashmaster skill on that target. Trashmaster is his A2 with the decreased turn meter and the target skill lockout. Very sweet! This is already on the 3-turn cooldown anyway. Does not work if a sleep debuff is removed by damage, so it only if it expires or is manually removed through a skill. If there are multiple champions on the team with a skill, only one will activate. I find Karen quite fun to play around with, though I haven't played around with him myself. His kit reads very fun, and this sleep through block debuffs is solid. Though it's for a turn, make him miss a turn, this is amazing crowd control. Karen the Harvester! Let's see if you actually had Karen. Karen the Bee Master. Oh, your Candy is a level 60. Yeah, you don't seem to have a Karen. He might be new. He might be new. I hope you enjoy him. You haven't really... You're one of those players that don't check your index. So I can't tell. I can't tell if Karen is new for you. But look at how many legendary lizard men you have. Well, actually, the easiest way to find out is if we go to the Guardian Ring and we can see it on Faction Guardians, then it's a dupe. It's not a dupe. It's a new champion for you. Congratulations. And we have 3 more sacred shards to pull. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do that. I can't wait to tell Oz's roommate that we somehow hit gold. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Pum, pum, pum. Now we're probably not gonna get another Lego by the end of this pull, but we're gonna make the last of these hunting coins. Corpse Collector. Weirdly enough, that is the first. I have not seen this lady in the game. She looks like a raver. Slay. Triple random hitter with the chance of placing a poison. Each hit having a chance of placing that 5% poison for 2 turns and a veil on her for a turn. AoE, 100% hero reduction, and a strong decrease accuracy on all enemies. Okay. And a leech on a single hitter. Like, she's kind of all over the place. Maybe Fire Knight to break the shield. And an AoE here. A little bit of escorting. But you will need help. You'll need help. You can't just do it with Corpse Collector. But I guess. Okay, 2 more secret shards. Let's get him out of the way. Hello. Who are you? Defiled Sinner. He has an enemy max HP attack. It's on his A2. He attacks an enemy and then all enemies inflicting damage equal to 15% of their max HP. If the first hit kills an enemy, the second hit can't crit, but do you need it to? The thing is that it's conditional. For another reason, you have to kill an enemy with the first hit to do this AoE attack. On his A3, he attacks all enemies, damage increasing by 10% for each enemy alive. Stacks up to 100%. Do we count spider links towards alive enemies? Because that could make him smack really hard in spider. Just like get rid of all the little ones. And he can also probably deal max HP damage with this A2 there as well. Like it has a better chance of proccing. A1 is either an attacks one enemy with the chance of placing a strong decreased defense before attacking. But if 5 or more enemies are alive, he attacks all enemies and places a strong increased attack. So this leads me to believe that, yeah, this Defiled Sinner is just, oh my god, that's Scottish Spider-Man! How befitting that he does actually, perform best in Spider. Last Sacred Shard. Let's see what we leave with. What's the closer for today? It's a doggy! A Terror Beast! He has a tiny lockout here. And a reflect damage on everyone for 3 turns. It's nice. Orc HP champ. He has a single enemy stun here, which either heals Terror Beast fully if he kills the enemy, or places a stun for 2 turns if the enemy survives. Okay, my job here is done. Let's check the orcs. But wow, that's a lot of points, homie. Congratulations on your pack master. Is that enough? You might need to pull a few more. Or you're gonna do it with energy. That is also valid. Because by here, you'll need to have a couple of more grand. Oh, I see the points. 3 per mystery shards, 300 per ancient, 750 per void, 1,800 per primal, and 4,500 per sacred shard. Steep event. Good luck to anyone participating. If you guys want me to pull your shards, hit up my Discord a couple of days in advance so I can fit you in my schedule. You can find the link to my Discord down in the description box. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again in the next one. Bye!